Thank you so much, Ms. Shannon. We've got a lot to talk about. We have the best deal anywhere. Now, Roger has done a great infomercial. It's crazy popular, but we've got a better deal than even that. Let me tell you all the extras you're getting with our configuration. And remember, this is totally exclusive on the configuration and the offer we have. He has loaded this up. He's got everything in there and the kitchen sink. We got a couple extra things we'll tell you about. But the added components are that lumbar bridge, which is totally adjustable. The acupressure nodes, those are always sold separately. In fact, we have them separately if you want more, but you get them included in our configuration. Eunice talked about she loves the tethered strap because that gives you the colors to work with and guarantees your amount of inversion. Then you look at the next collection that we have, the Stretch Max handles that help you get up and down, the Healthy Back DVD, which again Eunice talked about, and the traction handles, which we really haven't referred to too much, but we'll explain those in just a second.
I just said I better explain those things.
So here's the scoop. We normally have this at $300 and almost $70. Tonight you're getting basically a huge $70 off. We're going to ship it absolutely free. Do you know that's an extra $40 in shipping that you're saving from us? And we have this on 5 flex pays. Now what's really crucial is this is his only hour. He popped in to do 1 hour and then he's out of here again. We have 5 flex pays for tonight only. Usually he's here over a series of a couple of days and that flex pay lasts that length of time. It ends tonight at midnight when we launch our brand new Today Special. So if you want to get this with the flex and the free shipping, which is a $40 savings. And here's what's really interesting. If you get it on his infomercial, you can get 3 flex, but they charge you $15 for that benefit. We don't do that. So in total, you're saving $115 between all the accessories and our flex. You're saving $115 tonight. That doesn't include the shipping and handling, which is another $40 off. So it all means it's a good night to be able to say yes to yourself, and it is the quiet side of fitness. If you are suffering and you've got the aches and the pains, I'm telling you, if you have a really stressful job, if you are curved over a computer all day long, if you're the type who has a very vigorous job, maybe you're a lineman, maybe you're a firefighter, that kind of thing, this is the kind of thing you need. If you're a teacher, if you're a waitress, if you're standing on your feet all day. If you're older and you're shuffling around and you're starting to see the slump happen, grab this. And again, we're talking about temporary pain relief. We're talking about stress reduction, but isn't temporary and really attacking the issue much better than something that's temporary that you're popping in your mouth? Everybody thinks so once they get the inversion table. And remember, always a customer pick. Our customers love it. I think you'll love it too. All right, so let's talk about the traction handles. And then do you want to do our fighter fire or our first-time users?
Let's do the first-time user, because I think Eunice would appreciate that, because she can relive it through that. But you see how I'm motoring back and forth? That's the traction handles. I am not using any arm weight. What I'm doing is these traction handles, they rotate with you. And I could go to, say, this angle, the angle that Eunice is at, which is about here. And then if she had traction handles, she could push on them physically and increase her body decompression as though she was in full inversion.
That's great.
Now, and you can also, as you push on them, you elongate your body, and you let up, your ligaments and muscles pull you back together. That's why you get this motoring action. Actually, it's my favorite thing to do. It's really strange. And there's one other bonus, which we didn't plan on. If you are in full inversion and you worry about getting unlocked, we got a DVD explains everything. There's lots of ways to get out of this. And there's 5 healthy back classes included, 75 minutes of classes. But now, for example, I can push on the very end of these handles. And yeah, those are some of the classes that are on that DVD. If I'm inverted, I relax my body. Got to relax your body. I push on the end of the handle, not grabbing on full body, right in the very end, and it pushes me against the bed and gives me a push button release out of the lock position, kind of a plus.
That's great.
You know, but
that's awesome.
And that's a $27.50 upgrade included. That you don't get in the infomercial.
That's right.
It's $100 worth of upgrades plus $15 cash if you're doing the flex pays.
Our flex option.
Right, your flex option. You saved that.
All right, so I want to do the first-time user, and then we want to do Henry right in a row. And the golfer. Can we do them all together?
Okay.
We're just gonna...
Let's go for the golfer is I want you to think about it as flexibility. If you're a golfer, you'll understand perfectly. But it's for flexibility.
Oh, it feels good. It really feels good. It feels like it's stretching it gently.
This feels great.
It feels like it takes the pressure off your back, your lower back.
This feels really nice. I didn't know what it would be like to be fully upside down. I thought it might be a little bizarre, but actually it feels even better than it did going back partway.
You know, when you wake up in the morning and you do a big old yawn and stretch, and yeah, it feels like that.
It feels like it's relaxing. I don't want to get off.
So is this one mine?
I might be able to arrange that.
When I first started using the inversion table, I was very surprised at how quickly the table was able to increase my flexibility, and I was able to golf way better than I ever golfed before. I was able to hit the ball longer and straighter and with more ease. It's not really the tools or the toys that you buy that make the golfer. It's the ability to have a body that will allow you to do what the golf clubs are intended to do. The inversion table has been my most useful golf tool in my bag.
And he's talking about the golfer.
Yeah, and well, Henry's in his 60s when that video was done, and he just won a long drive contest open to all ages. That swing, if you noticed, has the swing of a younger man. He had a complete follow through on the swing. And what you saw at the beginner, that was a setup at a park where we just grabbed people off the street, hung them for the first time, and you saw how easy it went. Now you've gotten longer again.
I did get longer again. You have to keep adjusting
let's try
me.
There.
And let's see where we're at now.
Well, you'll settle in at a certain height, you know, but
it really shows you what it's doing live.
Yeah, no, it does. When you elongate, that temporary elongation, you really are changing the center of your mass. You're opening all those joints up. You're getting extra circulation. See how you got to push pretty hard on those.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
You really
there
push.
you go.
There you go. Isn't it cool? Look, just by changing, I just think this is how well built this is. And remember, it holds up to 300 pounds. I normally don't talk when I'm completely upside down, but I still can. But I think what's amazing about this is I'm not in fancy clothes, I'm not in any kind of workout gear. What I think people find, and you will too, is that this is a complete alternative to maybe the other things you've been trying. And if you have those issues where, you feel like you're shuffling or you're just not as fluid as you used to be, it's a lot about fluidity and having that movement that you were talking about. Gracefulness to your
gracefulness.
walk.
And having...
And a lot of people, Roger, think, oh, I'm too old, I'm too far gone.
Talk to Eunice.
Yeah, exactly. Eunice, certainly our caller, described 79 years old.
Yeah, that's great.
What should they expect from the minute they start using it? What will they find?
Well, the first thing is you want to use the tether strap because you are going to feel a little disoriented. You'll think you're more inverted than you really are.
Right.
You want to go to about this angle. You will find a lot of, as you relax, you're going to get some stress relief. You're going to get some circulation improvement. You're going to get a little bit of decompression. And it's just going to feel good, and listen to your body. When you think you can do more, add a little more angle to it. When you think you had enough, stop. As soon as you tense up or you're fighting the decompression, then you want to quit. This is the quiet side of fitness that I've said before. Boy, you got the control now.
I do, don't I?
We had to move you up
just a little
4
bit.
inches.
That's right. Yes. And it really is pretty remarkable. And it becomes, what it is? It's just fluid. It's relaxing. And I'll tell you what really happens is when you get into whatever part of the inversion you get to, you will feel the stress of your day. It literally you feel it melt off of you. It just melts. And then when you come back up, all of a sudden you feel so invigorated. And you feel like there's such clarity because you're getting obviously more circulation in your head.
One piece of advice, especially for beginners until you get used to it, is in coming back up, stay horizontal for about half a minute and then slowly put weight on, just to... so you're not shocking your body by throwing all that weight you just offed.
Oh, that's a good point. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, and I want to show the footage of the quality. This is a really big deal because you guys had extensive testing done on your inversion table, unlike some other inversion tables out there.
We did on our own, but then when UL came up with this spec, of course we had to test to the spec, but we, at the same time, 4 of the most widely distributed tables in the United States were tested at the same time, and ours is the only one that meets the new spec by huge numbers. We exceed the spec by 25%. on 2 main tests, and the other tables, they failed between 10 and 30% of spec value, and depending on what you test. That I-beam there weighs 300 pounds, and that has to cycle 300 times. 30,000, good grief, 30,000 times to pass the specification. Our table does that. The other ones were failing at 3,000 or 4,000, about 10 or 12%.